everyone, my name is Alpha. Welcome to plummysims and welcome to another speed build. I hope you're all doing well and having such a wonderful day. So I finally changed the season on this save file into autumn because today I am building a community lot again for the third time in, I don't know, like past 2 weeks now. But this time we're doing a converted barn wedding venue. So this build actually is a collab build for the sweater weather save file. So I actually did a collaboration with, I don't know how many, I think 16 other simmers if I'm not mistaken. So basically we just have to build something in Brindleton Bay because the save file is for Brindleton Bay only, and so we built on a lot that we chose. So I decided to go with this lot over here. This is the, what is the lot name? I don't know, I can't really see it on the top left of the screen because it's kind of blurry right now. I think Dashin Creek or something. But anyway, I decided to work on this lot, and this is a 40 by 30 lot in the like Bay area of Brindleton Bay. And oh my god, I feel like this is it because I've never built, I mean, I don't really build that often in Brindleton Bay because sometimes the lighting is a bit weird, and the last time I built on this world was like a month ago or 2 maybe, I'm not sure, but quite some time ago. And it was like it's not a tiny but like a small family house for a family of 4, I think. I don't know, I couldn't remember correctly, but I will try to link it in the description box below in case you want to check that out. But basically is I barely built on Brindleton Bay, and yes, I have to agree that this is such a beautiful world, especially on the Bay Area. The lots on the Bay Area are incredible, and this is one of them, and I've never built anything on this lot before. So I decided to work on this lot because I think it's quite challenging for me to build something that I haven't built there before. So I haven't built anything on that lot before, but to be honest, I kind of regret choosing this very specific lot because I feel like I just want to have like bigger lots, like a tiny bit bigger. So this is a 40 by 30, and I think it would be better for me if I work on a 50 by 50 or 40 by 50 because I can put like a lot more stuff on the outside. So maybe like deck area that a bit over the pond, because I think that's going to be really cool. But since this is a very, it's not a small lot, but it's definitely on a medium, I think medium large size, but it's not that big, so I have to compromise something. And yes, I also built this build on a diagonal, so it's quite really challenging for me to, you know, like figuring out everything. But it's not that hard because I basically don't have any room on this build. There's just all like 1 full room downstairs and also like 3 medium-sized room upstairs, which is not that hard. And actually this is my second time doing this voiceover. So as I mentioned on my last video, which was the, what was that, Mediterranean family house if I'm not mistaken, that I spilled like half of my coffee all over my external hard drive. So some of the files were corrupted, but at least the building part of the videos are fine. I'm so happy that it's fine, but definitely this voiceover and the last one was totally broken. And yeah, I kind of regretted that I put everything on my hard drive, but luckily I have a backup of the like whole video, like the actual records of the building on my PC. So the only reason why I put everything on my external hard drive was I tend to like work on 2 different PCs. So if I'm at home, I will be doing everything on my PC with full setup, but if I'm outside, I can like edit them on my laptop, which is totally fine. But since I spilled my coffee all over my bag and also all over my hard drive, it's just, there's something a little bit that I have to like to fix a little bit, but it's fine. It's no biggie. But anyway, I want to tell the story why I chose this venue for the community lot. But the host of this collab is Michaela, so I will put her. I think she has a YouTube. Yeah, I think she has a YouTube. I will put every single link in the description box below, with also the other participants that are on this collab. And basically the reason why I chose this theme or this type of build actually was when Michaela offered me to take part on this collab. I actually was watching like rewatching actually Glee season 6 on Netflix, and this might contain spoiler a little bit, but on the season 6 there's an episode of Santana and Brittany getting married, and also Kurt and Blaine too. So it's kind of like a double weddings, and the weddings took place on a barn. It's so beautiful. It's very rustic, and I just love how like warm and cozy and intimate it was. So that's basically the whole idea of this build. And also since then I rewatched that episode for, I don't know, like 3 times maybe, just to understand how it should look like in real life, because here in my country we don't, I think it's very unusual to have a wedding or like a party in a barn. Even though it's a converted barn, typically we'll do it on like just like regular buildings, or maybe just like park or lake or something, or the beach, because we have a lot of beaches here. And yeah, it's just very unusual for me to build a converted barn wedding venue. It's just I had to do a ton of research before I like hopped off to building this. So I watched that episode from Glee over and over, and then I watched also the Savia Nygaard or Nygaard, I'm not sure, her wedding, like black theme wedding, which I really do enjoy, on YouTube, like for another like 2 or 3 times, so I can understand the whole story and the concept better. I know it wasn't a barn wedding. I think, yeah, it's not a barn wedding, but I think it made me capture the whole like vibe better. But I also have like a ton of images on my board on Pinterest, just to understand again the vibe and how the like the lighting should be and what should I place on this build, because I always avoid building community lots. I don't know how to make it look good. Yet I just built like 2 other community lots in the last week videos. So I think those 2 were like my warm up sessions, I would say, before I like built this type of build. Because especially on like a community lot with base game only, I don't know how to make it look good. And I always kind of a bit jealous, I would say, for those of you who can build community lots, and especially with limited packs or even base game, and somehow make it looks amazing. I don't know how to do that. I'm terrible with community lots, but I think it's fine because I don't know, I can be good on every single aspect in my life, right? So anyway, we are on the inside part of this barn, and I just put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 14 chairs for this area, because you can only invite like 10 sims, I guess. I'm not totally sure about that, because the last time I made my sims got married was, I don't know, like years ago. And by years ago means like they got married like in a park with no guests. So yeah, it's just like they like just elope instantly without guests at all, without the caterer or what else, like basically without anyone around them. even their relatives or family or friends, just none. No guests at all. So yeah, I could be totally wrong about that. And to be honest, I really like this build a lot. I think this is one of the most interesting build to make, because at first I was like really stressed how to fill everything up, and I've never come into this type of wedding before, so I don't know. Yes, I've come to some weddings, but it's definitely not like this. Like, our culture are totally different, and I don't think we have quite something like this, like even just a tiny bit similarities with this type of wedding in my country. I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm just really happy with how it all turns out. I think it just looks very warm and intimate and cozy, yet looks appropriate for wedding. So I really enjoy this build a lot. And we have 2 attics. It's actually 1 attic, but I like make a void on the center part, so it's kind of like 2 separate attics. And I think those attics are the perfect place to storage all of the like things that you can decorate your venue with. So maybe they have like a foldable stairs, or I don't know, just basically like the storage area. So I put a Christmas tree, which is unnecessary, but we're closer to the end of the year, so yeah, I think a Christmas tree would be nice. And I named this build as a pumpkin barn wedding venue, but since the whole title is too long, so it's just called a pumpkin barn wedding, which is, it's not a wedding, it's a wedding venue, but it's fine. And by pumpkin barn, I mean I just put a very tiny bit of pumpkins on the inside, which is on the attic area, but on the outside you can see on the intro and also just in a little bit that we have a ton of pumpkins here. And I'm so happy with how it all turns out. And I think I use pumpkins mostly from Cottage Living, which you will see in just a little bit. And the debug pumpkins from Cottage Living are some of the best. They're so beautiful. And also we have another pumpkins, like a trio type of pumpkins from Seasons, of course. And I just really love this build, and I never thought Brindleton Bay could look this pretty. And yes, I've heard people like praising about how gorgeous Brindleton Bay is, but I don't know, like for me, I haven't found the perfect lighting for Brindleton Bay up until I built it. So this is like the point where I found the gorgeousness of Brindleton Bay. I just really love Brindleton Bay. I just wish all lots could be this beautiful, because there's some that not that beautiful. It's still beautiful though, but it's not as pretty as this. I just really love this. And I've never experienced autumn before, like at all, because I live in a tropical country and we don't have a thing such like autumn or winter or spring. All we have here are either blazing hot weather all of the time, or like rainy, wet season all of the time. So yeah, there's nothing in between, and I really want to experience something like this, like with the red trees, and it's basically like red, yellow, and with a bit of green. I just really love it. It's so gorgeous. I really want to have a taste of both spring and autumn. I've had winter like a few years ago when I visited Turkey, but it was only like, I don't know, 5 to 6 days in Turkey, which is not that long, but I like it. And oh, anyway, I have to mention this. So if you notice that sometimes the lighting is a bit off, that's because I accidentally turned off my reshade. So my reshade shortcut is Shift R, and the tool mode shortcut is Shift T. So sometimes sometimes my finger hit the wrong key, but it's fine. So if you see that, I'm sorry, that's just my finger slipped. And Actually, we are on the outside area of this build, so we have a pond here, and we also have some tiny reception area, so you can just like bring your guest here to eat some meals. And I actually have this gallery cakes. I think it's excellent quality if I'm not mistaken, but we have a cake here on the outside. We also have a cake on the inside, and we also have a bar, so you can hire the bartender, and we also have quite some meals. And I am terribly sorry that I used a ton of packs on this build. I'm so sorry, it's not necessary, but I think the most items that I used came from of course cats and dogs, get together, cottage living, what else, seasons. Yeah, I think those are the main one. Yeah, I think those are the main packs of this build, especially oh, and Vintage Glamour. I really love the curtains from Vintage Glamour, and I think those are beautiful, and I just really love that curtain so much because it's perfect for this kind of like a fairy tale wedding. I actually want to have like a ton of like string lights, fairy lights type of thing inside, but it just doesn't look good in The Sims, so I avoid that. And we are basically on the landscaping part of this build, and I have to be honest with you that this is one of the most gorgeous lighting I've ever seen in my life. I think I've seen a lot of like great lightings at Sulani, cottage living, no, Hanford on Packley, and also what was that? What was the word? Get Together World. What was that? Windenburg. I love everything. And Oasis Springs, they have such gorgeous lighting, but this is one of the most beautiful lighting ever in the game. And yes, I use reshade and also the like graphic override or something from Sim for Sims, so the lighting is a little bit updated. But anyway, we are now at the end of the speed build, so if you want to download this build, this has been up on the Sims 4 gallery. You could find it under my AID, which is elfathiera, or under the hashtag plummysims. You could also click the link in the description box below that will bring you to my Ko-fi website. You can download it straight from there with the gallery download link and also the tray files. It's totally free, so you don't have to pay it or anything, but I will highly appreciate it if you want to support me. So yeah, I think that's it. I will put every single participant and also the host of this collab, and also the save file will be available to download on the 17th, so this Sunday, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it is. Yeah, I think that's it. I really want to thank my Kyla to letting me take part on this collab. It's such an honor to be on this collab together with all of the talented simmers. And yeah, I really hope you did enjoy this video, and if you do, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Also make sure to be subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, and if you'd like to, you could also ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. Please go check out other participants, it linked on the description box below, just check them out. So I'm going to sign off right now. Thank you so much for joining me today and supporting my channel. Enjoy the rest of the screenshots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!